Hello. The title of my lecture is Meaningful Expressions. The teacher is PhD Norma Flores Gonzalez. I'm Eleanor Gomez Lopez. The subject is discourse analysis. This lecture is not easy, but yet interesting, and it opens my mind and activates my inner researcher. A good essay should have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. It should also use linking words whom show a relationship in the paragraph and connect ideas. Writers and speakers, language experts, see texts as reading and writing elements conform together, connect one to another that can be defined. How can we analyze a written paper or an oral conversation? First, I will define how we can analyze a written paper or text. An influential school was the Prague School of Linguists. They were interested in structuring information in discourse. Its most important contribution is showing the links between grammar and discourse. Then, we say that discourse analysis is not entirely separated from the study of grammar and phonology, which are the functions of speech. What is done in words? Written words need to be coherent, meaningful, linked one to another, organized, and need to interact. For written texts, we use cohesion and coherence. Coherence is the way a text makes sense, and cohesion is the grammatical and lexical relationship between different elements of a text. Coherence has a semantic property of discourse created by the interpretation of each individual sentence related to the interpretation of other sentences. Having interaction between the text, the reader, and the writer. It has a lot of general principle of interpretation of language and context. It has less formal linguistic characteristics, and there is a concrete relationship with the text as a whole, and the errors are much more obvious. Cohesion. It has formal linguistic characteristics. An example, substitution, conjunction. It is determined by lexically and grammatically open inner utterance relationships. Holliday and Hansen identify general categories of cohesive devices that signal coherence in texts. Grammatical cohesion. These are the elements: reference, ellipsis, conjunction, substitution, and lexical cohesion. Reference is a replacement of a word and expression with proforms. Types of references: personal pronouns, possessive adjectives, demonstrative adjectives, comparative adjectives, and adverbs. Ellipsis is the deletion of words, expressions, or phrases. Word replaced by zero, nothing. Ellipsis can be nominal, verbal, and clausal. Conjunction. A word or group of words used to connect words, phrases, or clauses. Types of connectors: additive, adversative, causal, temporal. Conjunctions can be coordinated, connect words, phrases, or clauses of equal grammatic rank, or subordinated, connect clauses that are subordinated importance to the independent clause or to some element in the main clause. Substitution. Replacement of one item by another in relation of the wording. A word replaced by another word. Types of substitution: nominal, verbal and clausal. Lexical cohesion, achieved by the selection of vocabulary. Types of lexical cohesion: reiteration and collocation. The other part, oral conversation. To analyze an oral conversation, it is necessary to take into account grammatical form and communicative function. To do a study of a speech, we analyze the intention, which can be informative, persuasion, argumentative, narrative, comparative, the properties of language, turn taking, the sentences, the speech, written or oral, the utterances, the phonetical transcription, the disruption, the repair, the feedback, the different texts and interaction, and how these fit into our social world. The function is a way it has a genre that can be ideal-national, interpersonal, textual function, indirect. The form is a context that can be relevant features, participants, relevant object topic, effect of the verbal action, sitting and time, and the field or the social. Conclusion. What is discourse analysis? It is the study of how we look into the language. For reading texts, we use cohesion and coherence. To reach the goal, we need to use the cohesive categories cited by Holliday and Hansen. And with these devices, we have coherence in texts and write a text that makes sense. When we study the sentences, the utterances, we find speeches said with intention, purpose, and how these fit into our social world. These are my references. Thank you.